Yo, what's up, y'all? It's Mma Analyst here to do my preview for Strikeforce Nashville. No numbers, just where it is. Just Nashville. That's it. Got no problems with it. I might do a video, y'all, just about why I said what I said about the Anderson Silva fight and why I definitely stand by it. Got some good points, too. Could be, worth making. But let's focus on what's really good, and that's this card. Strikeforce definitely putting it together. 3 title fights, free CBS. Lots of people get to see it. Bringing over Shinya Aoki in his first fight on American soil. Making him take off them shorts or those tights, rainbow tights. I don't know. We'll see if he wears some rainbow shorts. Let's get right down to it. Shinya Aoki will be taking on Gilbert Melendez. Gilbert Melendez is the lightweight champion. Good fighter. But let's start with Shinya Aoki. Excuse me. Coming off his arm breaking, middle finger flipping win over Mizuto Hirota. Just basically got him in the hammerlock. Beautiful takedown. Secured the arm. Got to his back. Broke his arm. Shot him the finger. Shot the audience. Just this guy was crazy. Brock Lesnar was somewhere going, that guy's disrespectful. So, crazy. Before that, he did his, kickboxing exhibition against Vitor Ribeiro. Before that, got blasted against Hirota Sakurai. Sakurai, got his 1-2 on him. But, basically, Shinya Aoki's been fighting the best guys outside of the UFC for basically his entire career. Whoever, like right now, if you look at the lightweight stats, their lightweight rankings, about 4 or 5 of them are not in the UFC. They are in Dream, and Shinya Aoki's fought them or will fight them. So, it is what it is. This fight is probably going to determine if there is a new #1 lightweight dude in the world. BJ Penn lost. I don't know if they can just throw Frankie Edgar in #1. That'd be crazy. But if Shinya Aoki wins against Gilbert Melendez, Shinya Aoki's #1. Crazy. So what about Shinya Aoki? We know what he's all about. You know what I mean? He's about getting the fight to the ground. Not going to be double-legging Gilbert Melendez, but he's going to try and get the fight to the ground. When he gets to the ground, he's going to try and submit him. He's going to try and control him. He's going to try and do his thing. Gilbert Melendez, on the other hand, by the way, Shinya Aoki, 23 wins, 4 losses, 14 submissions. He's a beast. Gilbert Melendez, on the other side, 17 wins, 2 losses. His only 2 losses were to Josh Thompson and to Ishida. But he's coming off a win over Josh Thompson. A win over Ishida, and then Rodrigo Dam. So he basically avenged his losses, and now he's ready to, keep that belt. He's basically, he likes to stand and bang, but really he's a wrestling type dude. He's got some jiu-jitsu, but I think the thing here with Gilbert Melendez is he's kind of reckless. Like, reckless the way the audience likes. The fans love to see a guy like Gilbert Melendez. Because he's going to go out there, and he's going to put himself out there, and he's going to take the fight to whoever he's fighting. If the guy he's fighting wants to stand, he'll do it. If the guy he's, fighting, wants to go to the ground, he's not going to just pull guard. But if it gets to the ground, he's not going to be like, let me get out of here, and run away. And that's where I think Gilbert Melendez is going to get trapped here. He's going to get trapped in the hype of being who he is. You know what I mean? An entertaining fighter who's willing to get down. And that willingness to get down will likely result in his willingness to get put out. I'm going to have to pick Shinya Aoki by a win. He's one of my favorite fighters. I like the dude, no homo. Gilbert Melendez, definitely top competition. If Melendez does lose and Aoki does win, Aoki #1 lightweight in the world. Crazy. Next fight. King Mo. Another dude I really like, no homo. And Mousasi. Gegard Mousasi. These are some good fights, guys. You know what I mean? There's some people out there who only watch the UFC that are missing out. That's all I can say. They are missing out. I think UFC's putting on like Nogueira versus Cain Velasquez, like that card. Man, I wouldn't watch that again just because I don't want to see Nogueira get blasted, but I definitely wouldn't watch a rerun over some beautiful live, sure to be entertaining MMA. King Mo. Let's discuss King Mo. A lot of people don't like this guy because he talks a lot and he's real confident. He's undefeated at 6-0. He's went into every fight except for maybe the Mark Kerr fight, the underdog, and wasn't supposed to win. Right off the bat, Travis View fought him. Travis View got a ton of fights. Knocked him out or TKO. Fabio Silva, TKO. Basically went through Mark Kerr, KO. Mike Whitehead, KO. I think Mike Whitehead's in some trouble, y'all. But anyways. The thing about this is right now we've got King Mo in the same situation that Gegard Mousasi was in just a few years ago. So, I mean, let's talk about Mo real quick again. He's great wrestling, good hands. He studies the game like very few, it would appear. He studies his wrestling. He watches tape. He studies boxing, studies jiu-jitsu, mixed martial arts. He studies the game. This dude loves the contact sport. And he definitely is learning quick. Now, back to what I was saying. Mo is in the same situation Gegard Mousasi was in a few years ago. Gegard Mousasi, everybody kind of knew he was a good fighter, knew kind of who he trained with. But going into that dream tournament, how good really is he? Went up against Dennis Kang. Dennis Kang was supposed to beat him. Triangle choked him. A lot of people probably were like, I don't know. He got lucky. Dennis Kang was being lazy again. Gave up another stupid submission. So we kind of let it slide. Then he beat Dong Sik Yoon. Okay, good win, but nothing special. Then he went out there and, people were like, is he going to get his head knocked off against Melvin Manhoef? And, submission choke Melvin Manhoef. Triangle. Okay. Well, a lot of people submit Melvin Manhoef, so I don't really know yet. Maybe he's the real. Then they say, well, now you're going to fight Jacare. Well, damn, Jacare's got amazing wrestling. I shouldn't have used amazing because his jiu-jitsu is what's really amazing. So really, really amazing jiu-jitsu. And he's competent on his feet. But it doesn't matter because we knew this fight was going to the ground. And we knew that when this fight went to the ground, Mousasi was in some trouble. And damn did an up kick. Knocked Mousasi out. Knocked Jacare out from an up kick. And then we were like, damn, this guy. Well, that could have been a lucky strike. I don't know. Then he went over, blasted Babalu. He beat Mark Hunt first in the, in whatever, in Dream. Beat Mark Hunt, beat Babalu, beat Sokoju. He's going up, down, Gary Goodridge, But we know by now that this guy is not only the real deal, but he's one of the realest deals out there. It's just, he just needs to fight top competition so that he can put that stamp on how real he is. That's where we are with King Mo. King Mo is that guy. That guy, like, how good is he? What's his current ceiling? We don't know. King Mo will want you to believe that he could fight anybody and has a chance with anybody. I can't hate on a dude for being confident and a little cocky. And very entertaining. What do I think is going to happen? I can't pick King Mo in this situation. We've got a dude versus a potential dude. But I got to go with the dude. Gegard Mousasi's the dude, man. Goes out there, gets the job done, doesn't break, his facial composition, just stays the same. Does his best Fedor impersonation, gets the F out. King Mo has handled his business up till now, but this is a big jump in competition. Will he be able to do it? I can't say that he will. I just simply, I wouldn't bet $1 on this fight because we don't know how good Mo is. He could go out there and make a good fight of this, which I think he will, but I think he'll end up losing. But if he doesn't lose, if Mo wins, you know what I mean? Don't call Gegard Mousasi overrated and all that stuff. It'll just be that Mo's that good. But as of right now, I'm just gonna have to go with Gegard Mousasi. I think maybe a decision. I don't know if maybe he'll finish him, maybe a decision. I'm not sure. Last fight on the main card, or at least what we're gonna see on TV: Dan Henderson versus Jake Shields. Basically, this is a really bad fight for Jake Shields. Jake Shields really good in wrestling, really good in in his submission game, and he's good on the ground. He's good with control. But like, is he Dan Henderson good? Maybe he even is, but he's not really a middleweight. Dan Henderson's coming down from, fighting the best guys in the world at 205. You know what I mean? Going to wars, busting people up for years. You know what I mean? Just been fighting forever. 25 wins, 7 losses, but like those losses are coming to like Anderson Silva when he came to the UFC, Rampage, Nogueira. You know what I mean? Like, but he's like whooping people's asses. He's an Olympic level wrestler, or at least he was. In MMA, he's got amazing wrestling. He's big. I mean, when you're talking about skill and skilled, talented fighters, size matters. And in this fight, you got Jake Shields, 24 wins, 4 losses. But he hasn't lost since like 2004, and he's on like a really nice run where he's beat a lot of dudes. Beat Paul Daly recently, Mayhem Miller, Robbie Lawler, Nick Thompson, Mike Pyle. A lot of dudes going over the UFC doing their thing, and Jake Shields has already beat him. So, is Jake Shields going to be able to take care of Dan Henderson? I don't think so. It's going to be a nasty fight. Dan Henderson is bigger. He's stronger. He's got better wrestling, better stand-up. This is Dan Henderson's fight. If Dan Henderson loses this fight, or should I say, if Jake Shields can find a way to win this fight, oh man, Jake Shields is a monster. Because he really is a 170 fighter with a 185 belt fighting a 205er. So, wow, Jake Shields wins this? Oh man, that'd be crazy. Obviously, though, I'm going with Dan Henderson. I'm going with Dan Henderson being able to keep this fight on the feet. Jake Shields' hands have been improving, but it was from like the worst ever until now, which is not really the worst ever, but he is very uncomfortable on his feet. Dan Henderson walking around, you can't see it, with that fist cocked, just ready to go, ready to do Biz Ping number 2. It's going to happen. So, it is what it is. MMA, y'all. It's important. You see how I do that right there? Peace. Yo, I almost forgot. See, tried to be smooth, didn't work out. I'm picking on the undercard. There's only really 2 fights to even... Anyways, I'm picking Mayhem Miller. That fight may be shown. So I'm picking Mayhem Miller for that win. And also, just about Jake Shields, his contract's up. But Strikeforce has a one-time extension option. So, whatever happens with this fight, if he wins, they're definitely going to exercise that option. If he loses, they probably still will. Scott Coker did say that he would try and do it quickly. He doesn't want to put anybody in the back burner and try and screw him over and stuff. So, if Dan Henderson loses this fight, crazy. If Jake Shields wins this fight, he'll have one more fight at that weight class, and then he's off to the UFC. You got to realize, Jake Shields wants to go to the UFC. He wants to fight the best guys, The best guys in his weight class are in the UFC. That's a fact. And he wants to fight them. So, and Dana wants him too. And I don't know if you guys recognize, but he's actually in the background in all these Ultimate Fighter stuff, but he's actually a coach for Chuck's team. But Dana never say, and by the way, this is Jake Shields. He's a mixed martial artist. And then have a little vignette on him going, yeah, I do this and I do that. And then the average guy see his name for Strikeforce and be like, wait, isn't that the dude from Tough? He's a coach on the Ultimate Fighter and he's fighting for free? Oh, I'm going to watch that. Dana would never let that happen. Another thing, just real quick, just had to bring it up. Dana said that if Anderson Silva went out and did what he did again, because he's giving him the fight against Chael Sonnen, he said, if he does that again, I'll cut him. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. You gonna cut the champion on a 12-fight winning streak if he beats Sonnen, and then Strikeforce just gonna swoop him up and put him in the middle of a cage on CBS on Saturday night against Fedor. You will not do that, Dana, please. Yo, if Dana will cut him, I'll tell you right now, I hope Anderson Silva wins the most boring fight of all time. I hope he punches Sonnen 4 times around. Just bam, bam, bam. Actually, 3 punches, 1 kick. Bow. And just dances. Just does Michael Jackson first round, Tito Jackson second round, Janet Jackson third round. Let's say Bruce Lee. We start with 4 punches, 3 punches, 1 kick around. And dances the rest of the time. Throws his middle fingers up. Starts doing backflips and all types of dumb stuff. I hope he does the most ridiculous, stupid fight ever if Dana will actually cut him. And I can see Fedor versus Anderson Silva on free TV. Wow. But we know he's never going to do that, y'all. I don't know why I got so excited. I'm going to try this again, y'all. MMA, it's important.